A girlfriend of mine got incredibly awful news that she has breast cancer. Just watching her navigate doctor's appointments and wait for the next appointment, wait for her test results, wait for a spot to open up so that she could schedule a surgery she's going to be doing. I have just had so much admiration for her because of the way that she is navigating through one of the most difficult times of her life. She has inspired me so much to look at my life differently. And as I've been watching her navigate this life-altering time of her life, I started to think about you and all of the things you're also waiting for. You could be waiting for the relationship. You could be waiting for the pregnancy, waiting for the baby, waiting for the job, the promotion, waiting for the test result, waiting to find the love of your life for the one, waiting for your financial situation to get better, waiting to save up to get a better living situation. Whatever your waiting looks like, it can make your life feel like it's on hold, like it's on pause sometimes. And it made me wonder, what do we actually do in the waiting season? I don't think anybody teaches us that. Maybe you feel stuck. Maybe you feel like you can't quite move forward because you're literally sitting in this waiting and it's driving you insane, or you're just feeling held back. I can relate to that so much because all of last year and Taryn getting laid off and us going through the hardest financial season of our life, I felt like I was stuck and sitting in this waiting season of, when are our finances going to get better? When am I going to feel like we are finally above water? Like we can finally catch up on our bills. Like we finally have a little bit more to just get us through the month. And I'm getting so animated with my hands. It's the Latin girl in me, but I feel so passionately, and I feel for you if you are also in a waiting season, because I'm currently sitting in mine, literally, truly, currently spiraling every day. It feels like, and even having found out that I can't get pregnant and have kids of my own, and getting that infertility result from the first doctor. And now I have gone to get a second opinion, and I'm now waiting for the appointment, and I'm waiting to go through those tests now. And then I'm going to have to sit and wait to get those test results back to potentially tell me again that I'm still infertile, right? And it's like, that makes me feel like I'm now stuck in the waiting, like we can't move forward on trying to get pregnant until I get that second opinion, and everything has to wait, because it's like I don't feel like I can move forward on making a decision. Are we going to go the egg donor route? Are we going to go the adoption route? I don't want to make a decision till I truly know 1,000,000% we absolutely cannot use my eggs to get pregnant. And so I almost feel like on pause because of it. And maybe your story isn't about trying to get pregnant and trying to have a baby. Whatever it is that you're waiting for, it's also making you feel alone, or it's making you feel stuck, or it's making you feel just like you're falling behind in life, or like you just can't move forward in your life because you're waiting. I don't think anybody teaches us how to wait. I don't think that there's a school that we can go through that teaches us how to wait. how to find peace, how to stay calm. Yes, there's meditation apps. Yes, some life coach or guru will tell you, positive thinking, trust the process. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Like, these are all things we hear when it comes to going through a really hard time. I'm not going to tell you that. I'm not going to tell you to trust the process. I'm not going to tell you what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, because what doesn't kill you can actually make you feel sometimes like you are just on the floor, mascara all over your face, crying, snot coming out of every which side of your nose. The way that it can make you feel sometimes, the waiting, you feel like you're never going to get to the other side of it. Like, when is this going to end? When am I finally going to feel like I can get a break? Like I can breathe again. Like I can start moving forward again. That's where I'm at right now. Feeling like a little on pause on stuff. And it's frustrating. And the truth is I find it really hard to wait, clearly. Call it ADHD, call it my impatience, but it's true. I find it really hard to wait. I am so impatient. I am so the girl that wants to consistently be in control of every situation. It's literally something I have to pray off me and give it to God and surrender. Oh my gosh, that word, surrender. It is something that I struggle with. And it is a daily thing that I feel like I have to nail to the cross, because it truly is surrender, something that is so hard for me to do. I feel like I'm type A, but I also am creative. And so I sit somewhere in between both of those personalities, where there are times where I can be controlling, for sure. Ask my husband. But there are also times where everything just feels like I'm in a absolute cloud of smoke. I can't see through because the smoke is so thick. It's like you can't really see what's on the other side because it's so dark or it's so smoky. I also think of it like a storm. It's like when it's raining, it rains so hard you can't truly see the road, and it feels dangerous. Sometimes you literally feel like you're free falling, because it's like, if I can't see the road, I don't know where the hell I'm driving, right? Or like I can't clearly see it. And I don't mean to get all spiritual on you, but I actually called my company, a lot of people don't know this, it's called 356 Digital Media. I started it 8 years ago. It was an LLC, and it was inspired by one of my favorite proverbs regarding a really windy road and trusting the Lord. I really hope I don't botch this, because I'm not great at scripture or memorizing scripture, but it says Proverbs 3:5-6. Let's see. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding, but in all your ways acknowledge him, and he will lead your path straight. Now, if you don't believe in God, whatever it is that you believe in, the universe's version of getting your path straight, it's still so hard to trust that the path will uncrooketize. Listen, I've just decided we're going to make up one word every episode. Last week it was philosophize. This week it's uncrooketize the road. To not make the road crooked anymore, you have to actually trust that that road is going to become straight at some point. And it is the hardest thing to do when you are the person in the seat driving. And so surrender becomes literally the hardest thing that we can do. Okay? Because right now I'm in the driver's seat and I am trying to hold on to dear life that wheel. And it is hard. And oh my goodness, it is hard. It is hard to trust what is up ahead, but sometimes faith and your hope and trust is all we have left to allow us to keep driving and to keep going. And that is That is the best answer that I can give you in terms of my realization of this season of waiting. I've spent so much of all last year trying to get out of this waiting season that I am in, that we are in, Taryn and I. And I never stopped for a second to think about what God might be doing in this season that I'm in. And whatever it is for you and whatever it is that you're waiting on, sometimes we don't realize what is happening to us in the moment of going through it until we are way on the other side of it. I, at 39, remember to this day, I was absolutely distraught. And I had this realization that it was not going to happen for me. I was single. I was dating. The Hinge profiles, the swipe ups, the swipe lefts. I don't even know how many swipes there were. Dating in the city of LA. Dating in the city, period. Actually, dating, period, is the worst. Okay? And in LA, I don't want to generalize all men in LA, but a lot of men in LA, it can be very opportunistic, very, what can you do for me? How is this going to benefit me and get me to the next level? And I saw a lot of that, especially when they found out who I was or that I had been on like a reality show. That definitely changed the dynamic. And I just got to a point when I was single and dating where I thought to myself, maybe I've been called to a life of being single, to a life of never getting married, to a life of never having kids, because I'm now 39 and I truly don't think it's going to happen for me. I remember breaking down, heart-shattering, life-altering, having a come to Jesus moment, literally, in my bedroom, crying to God, like, why? Why me? Why is this the life that you've given me? As grateful as that was, I do believe that there's a world where you can be grateful for your life, but also be frustrated with your life or frustrated with a direction and a decision, especially in the waiting season, when something in your life, pick your category, isn't going right for you. And I remember in that moment, I thought that was it. And this was it. So let me just take a breath and accept that this is the life that I've been called to. And this is going to be forever. Because again, I, in that moment, couldn't see on the other side of my storm, of what was coming, of what felt like the end of my life. Like, this is what had been decided for me, given what I saw in front of me, right? And it wasn't until COVID. Excuse me, I'm having an energy drink. So a little bubbly and gassy. I just got distracted by a burp. ADHD, focus Joe. Oh, okay. And it wasn't until I met Taryn in COVID, which, by the way, when I met Taryn, I had just quit my career in digital advertising. I had decided I was really passionate about content creation, and I was going to go and pursue becoming a content creator and becoming an influencer. And that's what I thought the dream was then. Come to find out, being an influencer requires people to shop and buy and do all the swipe up things. And even though I love it, and no shade if you're an influencer, I'm more identified with being a content creator, where I'm not necessarily trying to make you buy a product, right? Of course, it always helps when you shop my links because I make a little bit of money per sale, right? All the things. But I resonated more with content creation. And so that's why I like to say I'm a content creator, not an influencer. Again, total side note on titles, but just to say I was so focused on launching then, my YouTube channel. Then I had a personal YouTube channel and I was about to launch Pop Candy, the podcast back then that I also had with my bestie Crystal. And out of the blue, I wasn't even looking for it. I wasn't even expecting it. Taryn pops up, and the cutest boy I had ever seen pops up on my Hinge. And I was like, hey, pretty eyes. And that was literally my first line to him. I'm going to have Taryn on to fully share, if you don't know our story, our full story, but we were a pandemic love story. And all that to say, had I given up on hope, had I not had faith, right? And had I continued to stay negative, because at 39, when I had that breakdown and that conversation with God of like, okay, that's it. This is it. I truly surrendered in that moment because that's all I had left, literally. That's all I had left. And it wasn't until that all of a sudden, here was Taryn. Months later, though, it's not like it happened right away, but that's how it happened. I wasn't looking anymore. I think I had lost hope. But my God is bigger than my mindset. And he brought me Taryn. And I'm just here to tell you, whatever it is that you are waiting for, whether it is love, whether it is health, whether it is finances, whatever your waiting looks like, your story's not over. You are just in the middle of it. And I urge you, and if I could pray for you, I would pray that is what you hold on to. And what it is, it's do not let go of hope. Do not let go of your faith, because that is truly where your fight is. And we don't feel like we can fight in the moment, because in that waiting season, we're probably all out of fight. You're probably all out of fight. I was definitely all out of fight. But that's what I've learned, at least being on the other side of finding love, is that I should have had more hope and I should have had more faith, because then I would have had more fight. And that's all. I don't have some huge life tip of how to make you feel better, but I hope that can bring you just a little bit of encouragement. I hope that my story can make you feel like whatever it is that you're waiting for isn't making you sit and feel so alone. And whatever it is that you are going through, it will get better. You will get on the other side of the storm. It might look different than what you imagined it would. But as someone who, at least in love, has come to the other side of it, it does look different. I didn't think he would be 6 years younger than me. I didn't think that he would be a music composer. Brilliant, right? All of these incredible reasons why I fell in love with my husband, including the part where he has literally a heart of gold. It's everything that I didn't know I needed, but it's also everything I prayed for and more. I will invite my husband on to share and come on to just talk about our story, because I'd love for you to just meet him and also hear it. And maybe you've been following me for a long time and you already know the story of Broadway Boy. And if you've been listening to me or following my story since then, you're a real one. So thank you for still being here. But I wish I could tell you that I have figured out the best answer of what do we do while we're waiting and what do we do during our waiting season. But I can't, because I haven't figured it out myself. I'm still here. I'm still waiting. And even telling you that story is actually helping me remind myself that I shouldn't lose faith and I shouldn't lose hope for my own fertility results and journey, right? And I still have hope. It's not that I haven't. I have not lost hope about getting pregnant, even if it may look a little bit different than what I thought. But I just hope you at least leave today after watching this episode feeling a little bit more, even a little bit more lifted in your heart and in your soul. And just know that we are both going through our waiting season together. And so if you will hold my hand, we can continue navigating this waiting season together, because I am right there with you in my own waiting. So we're going to be okay. You're going to be okay. And you're going to get through the other side of this, as am I. So I talked about a fun idea last week, or I thought it was a fun idea. This Get It Off Your Chest bowl I created because I wanted you to write in to the show and DM me and let me know, what is your spiral of the week? And a couple of you did, and I love that. And so thank you for doing that, because it was just really fun well, not fun, because obviously these are spirals of the week. So it's not fun reading these because you're going through a spiral. So not fun. But I just felt like what I'm going through, I just felt a little bit less alone because of what you were going through and what your spirals of the week are. And so I took a bunch of them and I put them in the bowl and I mixed them up. And so now I'm going to read just a couple of them. The reason I wanted to do this is because I wanted you to hear what other people are going through, what other people are spiraling about, so that hopefully it makes you feel a little bit less alone, whatever it is that you're going through. And then I asked you to also include some encouraging words for when I read it, so that when I do, and if you're also going through something similar, that it would help uplift you. So I'm going to pick one randomly from here and let's read them. Okay, so this is Alora from Scottsdale. And she wrote in and said, my spiral of the week is I was seeing this guy for a little while, and he really made me believe that there was something there. Then one day, he completely ghosted me. Now I'm overthinking everything. If you're going through the same thing, I think we all need to remember, if someone can disappear without a conversation, they were never our person. I'm done giving someone who ghosted me any more of my time, energy, or peace of mind. I truly believe God and the universe has a way of protecting us from the people who aren't meant for us, even when it doesn't make sense in the moment. So here's your reminder, and mine. The right person won't have you questioning where you stand. They're still out there. Thank you for writing that in, Alora. And I could not agree more. If you are single and dating, God bless you. Guys are crazy sometimes. And I'm really sorry if you're dealing with someone who's crazy or who's ghosting you or isn't texting you back. So Alora, if you're watching this, my heart goes out to you. And girl, I am here. DM a girl. The right person is out there for you. And they, just like you said, will not question where you're at. Amen, baby girl. Okay. This next one, we have Jenna from Costa Mesa. And she says, my spiral of the week is wondering whether I should be doing more with my life or if I should just appreciate that things are going well and appreciate where I'm at. If you're also feeling this way, maybe not every season is meant for building. Some seasons are for enjoying what you've already built. Gratitude and ambition don't have to be in competition. You can appreciate where you are today while still being excited about where you're going next. Aw, Jenna, I love this so much. Some seasons are for enjoying what you've already built. Girl, that is tea. Like, that is so good. And also, writing this in, you're reminding me that this season is and can be for enjoying what you've already built. And so, yeah, we should take the moments to enjoy all of it, whatever it looks like, and be grateful. So I love this so much. Thank you for writing in. Okay. Let's pick the last one. Also, if you're listening to this on Spotify or Apple, the crinkling of the paper, I'm going to listen to this back and hopefully it's not absolutely destroying your ears. Okay. So Nicole from Dallas wrote in and she says, my spiral of the week is brought to you by my hair appointment. Yes, my hair appointment. Why? Because I don't feel confident in myself and I haven't hit my fitness goals. And I'm the type that doesn't think that I deserve something good until I've earned it. So the idea of getting my hair done before feeling fully confident in myself had me spiraling. But I didn't cancel and I went because I decided I deserve to be happy right now. So yeah, how about we as women not do that to ourselves anymore? How about we start enjoying our lives not because we hit our next goal, but simply because we're alive, not waiting until we lose the weight, not waiting until the skincare kicks in, not waiting until the next special occasion. So my word of the week is now. I love this so much. Yes, Nicole, as you should, girl. I hope that your hair looks amazing and you deserve it. So thank you for writing in. And that is our first week of Get It Off Your Chest. I hope you enjoyed this little part. That was kind of fun to actually have you write in and read. If you want to DM us next week, it's only me. There's literally a party of one. I'm the only person managing this podcast. Look, we are manifesting having an entire team. If you want to go ahead and DM us your spiral of the week, you can go ahead and DM it to @currently_spiraling with 2 G's on our Instagram. And you can just write in what is your spiral of the week. And then if you could please include some encouraging words for whoever is listening and maybe going through the same thing as well. Because there's all these different kinds of spirals, right? Like hair appointments and boys who ghost and, productivity issues. And I just love reading these because it makes my life feel a little bit more normal. And I'm not the only one who's spiraling about all these different things. So I hope you enjoyed that. If you are listening on Apple or Spotify, thank you for being a part of my audio podcast family. If you could follow the show if you aren't already and leave a review, that really helps be able to get the word out about the show. And so thank you in advance if you do that. And then if you're watching on YouTube, thank you for being a part of my YouTube family. I love being able to sit here and talk to you and look at you and have you feel my passion, my energy, my hands, right? So that you can see how much having these conversations mean to me and just know how much you mean to me. And I am loving just seeing all of your comments and all of your feedback on all of these topics that we are talking about. So thank you for coming back to another episode of Currently Spiraling. Let me know what else you're spiraling about. What are other things that we should talk about? And I'll see you next week. Yay.